Our brains are wired to love stories. Did you know that your brain is hardwired to engage with stories more than facts or data? When you hear a narrative, your brain releases oxytocin, a chemical that helps you connect emotionally. It's why we cry during movies or feel inspired by a powerful book. Stories are how humans have passed down wisdom for centuries, making them the most effective way to learn and empathize. The mere act of smiling can trick your brain into happiness, even if you're feeling down. Forcing a smile activates neural circuits associated with happiness. This simple act releases dopamine and serotonin, which are chemicals that elevate your mood. Next time you're feeling low, try smiling. It won't solve everything, but it can help lighten the mental load. The illusion of transparency makes us think people notice our feelings. Ever been anxious and thought everyone could tell? The truth is, people are far less aware of your internal emotions than you think. The illusion of transparency makes us believe our emotions are visible when in reality, others often don't notice unless we tell them directly. Think about that. Your brain isn't fixed. It rewires itself based on new experiences and learning. That means every time you try something new or challenge yourself mentally, you're physically changing your brain. It's a powerful reminder that growth and change are always possible. No matter your age, we're more creative when we're tired. Ever notice that some of your most creative thoughts come when you're exhausted? This happens because your brain is less likely to filter out unconventional ideas when it's tired. You become less critical and more open to abstract thinking. This is why some people say their best ideas come late at night or early in the morning. Multitasking is a myth. You might think you're getting more done by juggling tasks, but your brain can't fully focus on more than one thing at a time. What you're actually doing is task switching, and it can reduce efficiency by up to 40. Focusing on one thing at a time helps you be more productive and less stressed. People tend to remember the beginning and end, not the middle. It's called the serial position effect. When you're in a conversation or presentation, people are most likely to remember what happens at the very start and the very end. If you want to make a lasting impression, focus on nailing these two parts. The placebo effect is incredibly real. Your mind can convince your body that a fake treatment is real. In some cases, patients have experienced actual improvements in their condition simply because they believed a treatment would work even when it was just a sugar pill. It's a powerful example of how much control our mind has over our physical state. Our brains are biased towards negativity, known as the negativity bias. Our brains are hardwired to focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. This bias likely evolved for survival, making us more alert to potential threats. However, it also means we need to consciously focus on the good things in life to maintain a balanced perspective. The halo effect tricks us into making snap judgments. When we see someone attractive, we automatically attribute other positive qualities to them like intelligence, kindness, or competence, without any real basis. This halo effect often skews our judgment, leading us to overestimate people's abilities simply because of their appearance. Your subconscious controls up to 95% of your actions. Most of your daily actions, like how you walk, talk, or make routine decisions, are governed by your subconscious mind. But it also means many of your habits and automatic responses are deeply ingrained, often without you realizing it. Music affects your perception of time. Have you ever noticed how time seems to fly by when your favorite song is playing? That's because music alters how we perceive time. Upbeat tunes tend to make time feel like it's passing faster, while slow songs can make moments feel stretched. The next time you're in a waiting room, try listening to music to change your experience of time. You never really forget anything. Your brain just loses access to it. Every memory you've ever made is stored somewhere in your brain. When you forget something, it's not actually gone. It's just temporarily inaccessible. That's why certain smells, songs, or places can suddenly bring memories rushing back to you. Your brain just needed the right trigger. Being in love mimics the effect of drugs on the brain. Falling in love floods your brain with dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, the same chemicals that are activated by certain drugs. That's why love can make you feel euphoric, giddy, and even a little obsessed. Love can be an addiction, but a beautiful one when balanced. The brain treats rejection like physical pain. Ever felt heartbroken? There's a reason it feels so intense. When you experience social rejection or emotional loss, your brain activates the same pathways as physical pain. This means that emotional wounds can hurt just as much, if not more, than physical injuries. Cognitive dissonance makes us justify bad decisions. When we act in ways that conflict with our beliefs or values, it creates an uncomfortable tension called cognitive dissonance. To reduce this discomfort, our brain will justify or rationalize the behavior, even if it's harmful. That's why people often defend poor choices rather than admitting they were wrong. The colors around you can change how you feel. Colors have a powerful effect on mood. For example, blue is calming, red increases alertness and energy, and yellow can promote happiness. Businesses and advertisers know this, which is why they carefully choose colors to evoke specific emotions. Think about how your favorite spaces are decorated and how they make you feel. You are a different person to each person you know. Everyone who knows you has a slightly different version of you in their mind, shaped by their experiences and interactions with you. This means there are dozens, even hundreds of versions of you floating around in people's perceptions. It's a strange but humbling thought that no one sees us exactly as we see ourselves. You form stronger memories during emotionally intense moments. Your brain is designed to give special attention to emotionally charged experiences, whether they're positive or negative. This is why you remember your most embarrassing moments or biggest successes with clarity, even years later. Strong emotions trigger the release of chemicals like norepinephrine, which helps cement memories. Our brains don't actually multitask well, but they love variety. While we can't truly focus on multiple things at once, our brains do crave novelty. That's why we often bounce between tasks, TV shows, or conversations on social media. Variety stimulates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and making us feel engaged. However, overloading it with too much at once can lead to mental exhaustion. Each of these insights offers a glimpse into how our minds shape our everyday experiences. It's amazing to think that by simply being aware of these facts, you can start to hack your own psychology for better mental well-being.